Hello, and welcome to the AFB Talent Lab training modules. My name is Hannah, and I am the Internship Ambassador for the AFB Talent Lab. Throughout these modules, we will explore principles of digital inclusion and go in depth with how to implement accessibility and usability best practices into the digital products you design and build. In this video, we hope to provide a high-level overview of accessibility and what we mean by digital inclusion. Our goal is to give you an idea of what we do and why we do it. Let's start with some terms and their definitions. You can find several long-winded definitions of accessibility with a simple web search, but for our purposes, accessibility boils down to: can a person with a disability technically use your product or service? This could be a website or a mobile app, an airport kiosk, a medical device. Anything that a non-disabled person can use should be accessible to people with disabilities. However, simple accessibility is a relatively low bar. Being able to complete a task is not the same as enjoying the process or being able to complete a task quickly in a competitive workplace alongside non-disabled colleagues. So, what is the difference between accessibility and inclusion? Inclusion is a term we have been hearing about a great deal over the last decade or so. It can be thought of as an organizational effort and practice where different groups or individuals having various backgrounds are culturally and socially accepted and welcomed and equally treated. Inclusion is a sense of belonging. Inclusive cultures make people feel respected and valued as who they are as an individual or group. An example of inclusion for people with disabilities will be a ramp at your building entrance to allow wheelchair users to independently enter your building. Similarly, having a sign language interpreter will be a way for a person who is deaf or hard of hearing to feel welcome and included at your event. The point is to help people be the best they can be in their environment and to treat them with respect and to let them know that they matter. So, what is digital inclusion? First, let me say that as our culture has been moving towards a more inclusive world, people with disabilities have often been left out of this inclusion. And that's not necessarily on purpose, they just don't know how to properly include them. In the digital world, creating accessible apps that can be easily used by everyone leads to authentic digital inclusion. Can everyone send texts, watch a video a friend sends them, engage in social media, work, play, and take part in modern life? That's how we make inclusion real. Compliance is another term you will often hear in our world, as companies try to keep up with the many US and international legal requirements regarding accessibility. However, like simple accessibility, compliance is also a very low bar. We like to say that if legal compliance is your goal, if you're any worse at all, you are illegal. That being said, we do not want to downplay legal compliance entirely. It is important enough to be the topic of our next module of this training program. Compliance is important, but usability adds to the experience. The higher bar of real usability and authentic digital inclusion is where we want to be. Not only can the job be completed, but was the experience enjoyable, and can performance be matched or even surpass that of colleagues? Our focus for the remaining modules will be on how to build and implement tools to help achieve this goal. We look forward to exploring it with you further, and we will see you in the next video.